Hey everybody, this is Miss Florida Hot Picks here, giving you guys an update for Pick 3 Illinois. I want to thank Miss Maddie in Illinois for pointing out some repeat hits, and I wanted to share with you one way that you may want to look at these repeat hits just using the 317 rundown. Now feel free to use your favorite rundowns to compare and see if you see some very similar patterns, okay? So I'm going to go backtrack this a couple days, but before we get started, make sure that you understand that I cannot guarantee hits on the channel or in the membership. I want you to play on paper first, okay? So make sure you do that. So let's go back to October 16th in the evening. Illinois had a hit of 536. Numbers look very familiar, right? 536. So we're going to put it into the 317 rundown. Now there may be some saying, I don't know how to put those charts together. They're very simple. Once you lock in the last hit you're going to use, you're going to simply add each of the numbers down the columns. So first column, we would add 3 all the way down. So 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. For your 2-digit numbers, only use your ones, place your 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. Use your 0. 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. Use your 2. And 2 plus 3 is 5. So you know that you did it right. The number you start with should be the number that you end with. And then you would simply add 1 all the way down the second column, 7 all the way down the third column. Once you have everything completed, I want you guys to make sure you're paying attention to something, okay? Now, I've noticed here there are some key digits in certain states, and these key digits can tell you a couple things about what could be happening for your state. I noticed something when you see the keys 7 and 2, those key digits, okay? You may want to pay attention because they could be where your number's repeating or it's mirror. So 2s and 7s could be strong for Illinois. Now it could be other numbers and they may not be perfect like this, so make sure that you're backtracking. There may be some other indicators, but I like this because as soon as I saw it, I said, ooh, let me pay close attention. Normally when I think of repeats, I think of triples either coming across the rundown, slanted. Sometimes the hit is actually connected to some type of triple. Those would be indicators for me. Illinois could be when you guys see your 7s or a mixture of your 7s and 2s. Now, let's talk about mirror numbers for a minute. You notice here on October 16th, you see a 777 and a 222. Sometimes you won't see straight numbers like that, okay? These are straight triples. I call these wing outs because they kind of wing up or they kind of wing down, all right? And then you have over here this V-shaped triple or false triple. It's a false triple because there's mirrors involved. Now, what people may not know is 7 and 2 is actually the same number. It's just opposite of itself. So 7 and 2, guys, pay attention. Those are mirror numbers. All right, some of people may miss this completely, not even think of them as false triples. So I wanted to make sure I bring that out so that you know what those are. So if anyone ever says, what are mirror numbers? These are mirror numbers. We're saying a 0 could be a 5 or a 5 could be a 0. 1 could be a 6, 6 could be a 1. 2 could be a 7, 7 could be a 2. 3 could be an 8, 8 could be a 3. 4 could be a 9, and a 9 could be a 4. That's what we mean by mirrors, okay? So if we're trying to see if there's a particular hit or maybe it's mirror, there's something you want to pay attention to, okay? Now notice here, you got the hit 536. Sometimes hits will repeat themselves, not in exact order, but in a different arrangement even, right? But sometimes not just that number, but maybe it's mirror. Now, a lot of people don't know after a certain point, all of these numbers are mirrors of themselves. So let's take 536. 536 is also 081. As you see, you have your 5, that's a 0. You have your 3, that's an 8. And you have your 6, that's a 1. Okay? So options that could be 536 and it's mirror 081. Okay? All right, let's just say, now there's something very special and unique, and you won't see this on every rundown. Look at what these wing outs are, this 777 and this 222. You notice on the bottom here, the 536 touches those 222s, the actual hit, right? And you notice its mirror 777s, excuse me, I'm doing this wrong, will actually hit the 081, its mirror, which we just identified, right? This could be a telltale sign telling you that that the numbers 536 or 081 could be hot in the next couple of days. It could be telling you that, okay? Well, what actually happened? A few days later, okay, October 21st to be exact, it took a few days, 356 came back. Just like that, 356. All right, so that actually hit once again. All right, and again, notice how the 536, it actually touches the 222. Remember, these are key digits. Some states, your key digits will be zeros and fives. I remember North Carolina and even Florida, you guys, 4s and 9s could be given some really unique patterns too. They may not always be like this for Illinois, but pay attention if you start seeing hits come around those key numbers. I really love key digits, and it just depends on the state on what patterns it's bringing forth. Okay, so you like this so far? Easy repeat pattern, right? Something to pay attention to, and they're not going to always be wing outs. They may be slanted, or they may come straight across. Pay attention to them. Okay, all right. Could there be other key digits that bring on repeats? Absolutely. So make sure you're backtracking. Okay, so you like this so far? Definitely give your girl a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe. I do appreciate that. And if you're not already part of our awesome and amazing membership, you better join today. Okay, moving on. October 18th evening, there was a hit of 594. Remember, I told you, make sure that you know what mirrors are. This is where you're going to need that information. Okay, so what you're going to do is, you see that there's key digit 7-2s, and they're together. They're part of a false trip. Okay, sometimes you'll see V-shaped false trips and triples. Sometimes you'll see like the wing out going up or down. Okay, sometimes you'll see them going straight across. All right, and then sometimes you may see numbers go diagonal. So there's a few ways to look at that. Trust me when I tell you. Okay, but when you see them clumped together, make sure you're paying attention to them. All right, make sure you're studying. Okay, all right, so let's get back to that. If you think 594 could be something to look at, something you may want to keep for a couple days, okay, because you see the key digits 2 and a triple or false triple form, I would write that down, 594. But also what? Your mirrors. Remember, after a certain point, the rundown is mirrored. So 5 is a 0, 9 is a 4, right? And that 4 is a 9. Okay, so these are your mirrors. Okay, so this is your original number, and this is your mirror. So you might want to hold on to those 2 digits for a couple of days. Well, if you did, on October 22nd, 940 hit. Yeah. So study, pay attention. Is this the only way repeats will happen? Absolutely not. There's more. Okay, but I hope that'll get you started in the right direction. All right, well, with that said, good luck. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments below. Make sure you guys join us in the membership. Love to see you guys over there, and we'll see you on the next video.